Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages. Let's tap in with some healing tones. Sounds of 432 hertz of gorgeousness. Yes. Beautiful. It's good to set the tone, to feel in to the energies of the day. It's a good way of clearing the space energetically. Yes, yes. Welcome. Whatever day it is for you today, make it marvelous. Yes. Are we on? Are we good? Are we rolling? Yes. Okay. So I was having some rando ascension symptoms, physical ascension symptoms. So if you were feeling some weird things lately, last few days, could have been a result of the full moon that we just had, a powerful full moon. I guess that was a few days ago now. But whatever it was, I had full body chills and then scorched myself in the shower trying to heat up and then cooked myself under several blankets and then had a day where I was kind of like, ugh, and then fine, and then went to the forest to integrate. So forest time, check out my picture. I also got a new deck. And oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Blueprint. I mean, I think it's like several days in a row. Delete old programs. Yeah. We all have our blueprint, our own program that we took with us to this life on Earth. To become fully balanced, we will have to return to our most basic program so we can follow the right path starting from scratch. The energy of blueprint helps you clean your programs and delete anything that no longer suits you and serves no purpose anymore. So that's beautiful. And the sun wants to come out, which is also beautiful. So a good place to release and plant the old programs is give it back to Mother Nature. Give it back to the earth. On my walk yesterday, I had to go pee really bad when we first got to the forest, and I just held it. I didn't want to pee in the forest. I don't know why. And I don't know, a lot of stuff came up, a lot of purging of old energies, of old ideals, of old ways of thinking about things and holding on to things and considering things. And it was a good, really purgy purge. And then it felt like the next best thing for me to do was to relieve myself. So I did. And it was like, and sometimes we do that. We hold on to stuff. And for years, for hours, for days, for whatever, right? And then it's just like, oh, we can just put it down and walk away. Wow, right? we can just burn it and be done with it, be released. Wow. It's like when those gutter people came, the gutter people came to clean my gutters, and I had to move a pile of rubbish that I had left and avoided for 5 months in front of my gate. It took me 5 minutes to deal with it, right? And it was such like a, oh, and now the spot's clear. Now my gate can swing open and closed and everything is fine. Like seriously, 5 months of avoidance, 5 minutes of actual dealing with it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Ingwas. Is this a repeat of yesterday's or the last reading I did? It's crazy. Crazy. Okay, but I didn't read it last time. I recognized. I just talked about Ingwas being powerful. Or did I read it? I can't remember. I'm reading it now. Okay. Still, but with slowly building intensity, the full-maned lion sits poised for action. He holds within himself the potential for an explosive release of energy. He is the leader and father of his pride. If called to it, he will make the ultimate sacrifice to ensure the survival of the next generation. Ingwas is a rune of growth, the spark of life, and the germinating seed. It has the enormous creative potential and is the fertile male representation in balance with Berkano's female. If you receive this rune in a reading, consider taking time away to create space for transformation and inner growth. It is time to build up your energy stores. An explosive expenditure of energy may soon be needed, and 44 is standing out to me today. Okay, creation, wholeness, harmony, evolution, and energetic bursts. Yes, okay. Wow. Wowza, wow. Ingwas and that fiery, liony energy, right? Lion makes me think of sun power. The power of the sun. Life-giving, right? What was it? I think it's in the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. Aslan, the lion. He was like a sun god, wasn't he? Anyways. Very sun god-esque. Very masculine. King of the jungle. Emperor vibes. Ingwas, yes. Okay. And that balance, it's kind of giving me, well, it's XX on top of each other, right? This rune. So it's like that stability of the masculine and feminine balanced within, creating this whole, creating that symbol, creating the diamond shape in the center. Right? That diamond within. You are a diamond in the rough. Okay. Let's see what cards want to come out for us in this reading today. And see it compared to the other reading where Blueprint and Ingwas came out. I swear it was just like a couple days ago. Crazy. And I love it. Just rained and then the sun is glistening, or no, everything is glistening in the sun. And there's a deer. Okay, I'm just gonna look at the glistening. Okay, we got the droplets in the and in the trees. And then we've got this deer that's like, hallelujah, it's so beautiful in the sunshine, right? And look at all of the raindrops. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so definitely attention to the details. This is another beautiful thing about going and getting your forest time, right? Is an opportunity to focus on things outside of your world. It's like, you know, that we're stepping outside, leaving your environment and looking at it from a different perspective, how that is helpful, right? In growth, in understanding, in trying to sort and figure things out. Well, the forest does this for you, and it provides a lot of things that you can focus your attention on. And I think the more that you do that, the more you allow space around your wants and needs to build with good forest feasting energy. There's also something about being so close to oxygenated source creation, right? Like the trees are producing, breathing out oxygen that it's like straight from the source. It's like putting an oxygen mask on your face. So make sure you are breathing in deeply, and make sure that you are mindfully and gratefully accepting the ness of that into your body, because your body needs these things. Okay, so we're at the top of the mountain. It has been a journey, right, to get to the top of this mountain. And there are other people that you may have passed along the way that you had to leave behind because they're going at their own pace, right? And you just happen to have made it. And that is awesome. This is that also that having a different perspective, right? Now that you are here, you have a very different perspective than all of these people. Just like this guy has a different perspective than this guy, and then this guy, and this guy, and these guys, and this guy, right? These guys are talking to each other. This guy's looking at the mountain. This guy's looking back where it came from. This guy's like, holy, I still got a long way to go, right? Okay. So getting this blueprint, this is part of your, if you're feeling like you are at a standstill, it is because you need to recognize how far you've come and take the time to engage and absorb the details of where you're at, right? It's like that space in between. For the longest time, it was about getting up this mountain. And now that you're at the top, your only option is to go back down the mountain, right? So, but because like you don't want to just go up the mountain and then be like, okay, I'm here, and then head back down the mountain. Take the time to acclimate, to adjust, to see, to feel, to integrate while you were there. And there's something about your soul family meeting you at the top. And I feel like beacon, I'm feeling beacon, right? Like I'm here. And then they're like, oh, right, that's where we're going. That's how we get there. That's who we're uniting with. Okay, and then we got your Six of Swords, which is your efforts. I feel like this is the acknowledgement part. Like you put yourself in your canoe and you rowed yourself away from choppy waters into calmer waters. You moved yourself up this mountain and you reached the top, right? Nobody else is in your boat rowing. Nobody else is making sure that you transition, that you move, that you achieve, that you reach, except you. And we've got sparks. Okay, Ace of Wands. This is new passion projects, new things that ignite, newness. It's newness, okay? I'm feeling like don't move until you feel inspired to. This is also that reserving your energy, right? You're not with the lion, you're not running around after small game. You're not expending your energy for the little rabbits that are just like appies, right? You are waiting for the thing that is like the big game, the big stuff. And that you know that they are big stuff when you feel that fire within, right? Where you're like, ooh, I want to do that, or ooh, that makes me feel good, or ooh, am I a little scared? Maybe, right? Ooh, okay. And then we've got the devils. So that is giving me this transmutation of fear into purpose. So this is being fearless, right? Standing up in the face of fear, recognizing when fear rears and being like, aha, this is a challenge. This is the way that I have to go, because why am I fearing it? Why is there something in me that this is like a challenge that I have to overcome, right? We're not talking about I have a sudden wave of fear to go down a dark alleyway. That's your intuition telling you that that's not the way to go, right? So fear is an indicator, and I think your ability to recognize fear in this new way, coming from a place of love. This is love integrated. This is you at the top, right? You are now there's like a little lockbox cache at the top of the mountain that has your name on it. And now that you're there, you can receive it, and you open it up, and it's a beautiful pair of love glasses. Okay. And now that you put them on, everywhere you look is rainbows and sunshine, right? Fear now used to look scary and intimidating, right? But now, because you've survived the trials and tribulations, the challenge of climbing this mountain, you overcame the mountain. Literally, you reached the top, right? So, this is your ability to now see. Now, when fear shows its head, you're like, fear? Is that you? Oh, you're so small and cute, kind of, right? And oh, okay. Oh, you're trying to stop me from going in there. Okay, I see what you're doing. I'm going in, right? You're coming at it differently, and this is based on your ability, based on your past experience of moving through life, in always, right? You've experienced being held back by fear. And then years later, you're like, oh, I totally should have just done that thing because it seems so small and insignificant now. Oh, wow, I really made that more. I empowered that more just by thinking and feeling it was something or other, right? This is that recognition. This is part of your new perspective from this higher elevation that you have reached. It's allowing you to see things as it is. It's like the Wizard of Oz, right? Fear used to be the grandiose, the smoke, the mirrors, the giant face, the present, the projection, all of the things that were so intimidating and scary. But you getting to the top of the mountain and opening up your box, right? You're like, and putting your glasses on, sorry. Now you're able, maybe it's infrared glasses, and you see that there's somebody standing behind a curtain underneath this facade. And so you pull the curtain back and boom, a little old man is just pushing buttons back there, right? And now suddenly you can't see fear in the same way. Now when, he's like, whoa, all this facading of be fearful, you're like, yeah, no, I know what's going on now. So that has no more power over me, right? And people are like, what are you doing? You're standing there and above you is this menacing thing. And you're just like, it's fine. It's fine, right? Okay, look at this beautiful sky coming out. Look at the sun coming out. Okay, and it was 22:02 on the timer when the sun card flipped. So that's beautiful. Okay, this is literally like the shining the light on the shadows, right? This is what your super duper gifted top of the mountain glasses are giving you. Infrared and night vision, right? So things are no longer able to hide in the shadows and leave room for your mind to fill in blanks and create things, right? Now everything is visible. Now you see things as they are. I'm also being shown from Mulan, the Disney cartoon, Mushu, the dragon, who's voiced by Eddie Murphy. When he first meets Mulan or reveals himself to Mulan, because he was a ancestral guardian trying to prove his worth, but he's miniaturized because he's on probation. Anyways, it's this whole thing, but that's not the part. The part is that he stands in front of a mirror or a fire and projects his shadow onto a big rock, and he makes his voice all big and he's like, I am the great guardian and whatever, right? And then it turns out he's just like this tiny little guy. And I feel like that's what has been done here. It's like a transmutation. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the magician. I feel like the magician is implied here, especially with this spark, right? It's like now you can see in the dark. Fears, you alchemized, you turned fear into something. You see behind the curtain. Okay, we've got the 5 of Swords. Okay, so this is my dedication card. This is my focus. This is also giving me this grounded, and it's pointing at your past experience and fears and this movement into the brightness, into the light, into the sunshine. This is part of what you needed to overcome to reach the top of the mountain. Right? I'm getting Luke fighting in the swamps. He had to confront his worst fear, which was Darth Vader, and then it ended up being a version of himself, right? Because it's the version of himself that is superimposing his fear onto his enemy, making them more powerful than they actually are. Wow. Okay, so these two came out. We got a page and another ace here, so 2 aces. So this is that newness that you're moving into. This moving from choppy waters into calmer waters, and then the revelation, right? The sun power, just like, psh, whoa, sound just shifted on my right side. Anyways, we've got speaking into being. This is your truth. This is your sword of truth, the ace of swords. Communication, your ability to communicate, to speak, to create. Okay, this is my wish fish that is listening intently to the words that you speak, the words that you seed. And it's like fish eggs being released into the water, and they're picking up in currents and they're swirling around and doing their thing. So I want to say the power of your voice and your words and your truth right now being connected to your destiny, which is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Because this is also my sword of destiny, my Excalibur, right? You pulling it out of the stone, and only it's meant for you. It's also giving me the princess, the glass Cinderella slipper, right? It is magically inclined to only respond to you. This is to your blueprint, right? You have the genetic DNA signature that releases. You have the ability to free the things. Sorry, my brain went to many different movies where, you find out it's your long lost ancestor and you have the blood of the king. And so you are able to open the door, unlock the thing, or pull the sword from the stone. Okay. Beautiful. I also want to something about your truth being tied to your old perceptions of fear and your experience, your past experience, because that's another aspect of having perspective, right? This is why wisdom comes with age. It actually comes with experience, because you are able to look back upon past experiences and see them in different ways. So one of my things that was coming up for me, past people in my life that I'm like, why are they still coming around in my brain, right? In my thoughts, in my dreams, or whatever. And it's sometimes it's to revisit that, to test ourselves, to see where we're at, how we're responding differently, if we're going to pick it up again or whatever, right? Have we really changed? But also it's an opportunity to re-examine the things from a different perspective, right? And through that, this is that the seeing things through a different lens, And this could help with the release, right? This could be like you have been carrying that you felt really heavy and you're like, and you get up to this mountain, you put these glasses on, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I've had weights on my feet. And now you can reach down, strap, and take them off because now you can see them, right? And so, you could be holding on energetically for some resolution of some kind to something, and your ability to look at it with new eyes, through a new lens, from a different perspective, is enabling you to actually find a way to see it as it is, not as you have made it out to be, and so therefore more able to put it down, let it go, release it. Okay, we've got the Queen of Wands coming in, okay? She is in her full body beingness. She is charismatic. She is shining. She's tapped into the sunflower power. She's divinely protected with the lions on either side, which is beautiful because we've got the lion energy here. She's very much in touch with her intuition with the black kitty in the corner here. So I feel like this is a representation of you being at the top of the mountain, right? This is a time for you to be, to see, to hear, to feel, to recognize, to examine, to understand, right? All of those things. Okay. Okay, what else? And we've got the Nine of Pentacles, okay? Sacred sanctuary, independence, self-sufficient, all of those things, okay? The beingness, the reaping of your rewards, the sitting in the middle of summer in your garden after all of the processes of tending, nurturing, planting, and growing, right? And then you're like, look at all this beautiful, look at this beautiful garden that I have made, and look at this, oh, the flowers smell so good, right? This is giving me more of that gratitude where you're at, okay? Don't already be like, okay, I gotta go down the mountain next, and then what am I gonna do, and what am I gonna pass by, and blah, 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 blah. That's up mountain thinking. You need to acclimate on the top of the mountain and release the old ways of thinking, seeing, and doing, and contemplating, and considering, and preparing, and all of the things, because you will require different skill sets and techniques and ways of being and doing and seeing on your way back down. First of all, now you've got these love glasses, so everything's going to look different, right? So all this time that you spend trying to figure out what you're going to do on your way down, you're basing that on what you had to do on your way up, and it's going to be completely different. So this is saying don't spend any energy on that, right? Your love glasses are now the focus on Aloy's from the Horizon series. She's got a little focus thing on the side of her head that taps into her neuro and visual faculties, and she is able to scan the environment and see things, right? Like see herbal plants. They will highlight and stand up and let her know that those are viable medicines that she can collect, or will highlight when there's danger in an area so that she can easily move out of the way of it, right? So this is what I mean by you are, sorry, it's a gaming reference, but you are being gifted things while you are up on this mountain. So give yourself the time to adjust to this new way of seeing, right? It's like, oh, well, this changes everything. So don't use your energy trying to figure out where you're going to go based on where you've been, because the game has changed and so have you. And this is a time to trust, right? This is the giving me the Fool. You are now free of all of the weights and all of the struggle and all of the ways of getting up a mountain. Now it's all downhill. Okay. Now it's about living the love dream, okay? Seeing through the love glasses, checking in with the love center, grounding into the heart. Beautiful. And protected, muchly protected. And it's going near my new dragon charm that's too big to put in the charm bin. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I love it. Look at it. Look at its tail. I love that. And then on the back here, I love it when a charm has a back. It's not. Why don't you want to focus you? Hey, take it. Take it. Okay, anyways. There we go. So I feel like the dragons, I'm seem to be collecting dragons here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 dragons now in this space. So I feel like you are collecting dragons. Dragons are starting to recognize you. I mean, you're at the top of the mountain. You're more visible than all the people who are still hiding amongst the trees and in different locations, right? Dragons flying up in the sky can't see you. So now they're like, "Oh, look, there's somebody down there. Let's all hover around and provide protection and enlightenment and help them burn away the things." And it's kind of giving me the Frodo, there's this thing that I came across, and it was Frodo and Sam, and they're on the back of one of the eagles, the giant eagles, and they're flying home. And Frodo's just like, what's happening right now? And Sam's like, oh, the eagles, they picked us up and they're flying us all the way back to the Shire. And he's like, you mean they could have taken us straight to Mordor? Like, we didn't have to go through everything that we had to go through in order to get there, and blah, 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 right? And that's because it's about the destination. It's about their endurance. It's about their their experience and the evolution that comes from experience that they collected, evolved, and all of that on the way, right? And then on the way back, it's smooth sailings. It's they've done the challenge. They've reached the top of the mountain. And so the way back is very different, right? Okay. Yes. 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 Okay, let's get some of the new cards. I love it. I love it. I was reading the mini deck because I love a mini deck, mini book, and just the history and of like archetype types. It goes back forever, and this woman's, I don't know if it's a woman or not, this person, Kim Kranz, just a little bit of their backstory and how everything came about and how they chose it and how to read it and all this kind of stuff. And it's very much like allow get out. The hunter just fell out. Wow. That's incredible, because if you saw when I christened the deck under a waterfall yesterday, 4:04 on the timer, this is the card that came out. The hunter. So what I was just saying, the book was talking about how immense archetypes are, and that no image and no card and no definition can ever confine them, because they are beyond confinement. And I feel like as we expand and grow, so too do the archetypes, right? Which is why you can't ever capture them in an image or into a still, right? And so it was very much about, yes, there's definitions, and yes, they drew it, but also what's going on, like when you're reading it, to really use the things, the visual clues, and all of the things as a mode or a way of interpreting, and also tapping into the archetypal version within, because we have them all within, because we are all of that. Okay. So anyways, the hunter, wow. I mean, so when I first saw this, I see this horse running, and it's like bursting out of the darkness, which we had that, right? Into the sun, which we had that, right? Gorgeous. And the horsepower, we are moving into the fire horse, year of the fire horse. We're leaving the wood snake, year of the wood snake, and moving, which is shedding, grounding, and shedding, right? That's what I get. And then the fire horse, this is the horse stepping out of the darkness, the nightmare, and moving into the sun, burning away. I'm getting the protection of the dragon, right? Which is burning away the residual darkness. I feel like this horse, through this process, is going to turn white. It's going to turn white. Okay. Powerful. That's the power of love. Okay, so also horses are powerful, majestic, and gorgeous, right? Everything is horsepower. And so this is a full throttle run at the sun. Beautiful. It's also a 9. It's a 9. Ugh, I mean, it's just beautiful how that happened. Okay, I feel like we gotta get one more. Like, there's 78 cards in this deck, and we get the exact same card that I pulled yesterday. Spirit, what are you trying to say? Same with the other ones. I mean, the other ones, there are less cards to deal with, so the odds of pulling the same are less than 78 or 77. Okay, anybody else want to come out? I don't want to force it. We don't want to force it. We can just trust it. Oh. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we've got the riddle. I'm just trying to feel into it. We've got the try and we've got an eye. We've got some hands, and it's giving me that snake vibe. And this one too, this is literally a snake vibe, with the snake creating this cycle and the orphan. Interesting. So we've got a 5. I don't know what L is. What's L? Is that 100? That's the riddle. What does the L stand for? Oh, riddle. The puzzle, the question, the mystery. When the riddle is present, one must stop searching for the right answer. That's funny because I was kind of pushing for another card, right? So spirit is sussy. It cannot be found, and ultimately, it's not important. Rather, there must be a shift from the literal to the metaphorical, from logic to mythic. You are thinking too small and literally about the situation. The riddle card appears when the energy is deep and mysterious, like the elusive wisdom in the Zen koan. Focusing harder won't do it. Neither will increased effort. Time, surrender, and humor are your only allies. What feels like the most pressing dilemma won't reveal its deeper wisdom for a long time. Eventually, you'll learn a profound lesson from the riddle. For now, get comfortable with the limitations of your intellect and the reality of not knowing. It may, in fact, be the only reality there is. Okay, and I feel like this links in to what we were talking about before with being on the top of the mountain and spending your time utilizing your energy instead of resting and recalibrating to the new. You're spending time trying to figure out what you're going to do next, how you're going to get down the mountain, all this kind of stuff. And this is that confirmation to not use your energy for that. Trust the process, trust gravity, trust your experience, trust your new lenses that you are looking through. All of these factors that you didn't have going up the mountain, you have now that you're at the top. And so this new phase, this new time of down mountaining, trust in your ability to adapt and make however that looks work. Okay. This is part of the death of the old. The old way was to think of things into oblivion, and the new way is to trust completely. Okay, and we've got the orphan. I'm just gonna find it. Okay. The wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage, of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is your deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. Wowza. Lots of powerful stuff in there. I feel like we should get one of these ones to close out the reading with some beautiful affirmation. What was that? Somebody flip for us. This one. Dialogue is key to inner peace. Symptoms and stress give me an opportunity to reconnect to the divine wisdom of my body and life. Woo! Yes. Okay. Dialogue is the key to inner success. And we can be sitting, right? I'm not using energy. I'm just sitting here. But your brain's going a mile a minute. You got freaking 50 tabs going in your mind, all on searching how to get down a mountain, right? And it's like, just trust, find peace within, and roll with it. Okay, love messages, clear it off. Sorry for going so long. Now that the sun is shining, coming out to say goodbye. Gratitude, yes. Take a moment of gratitude. Feel the sun on your face, on your heart, right? Breathe it into your heart space. When you're breathing in the mana, the life energy around you, taking deep mindful breaths. Breathe in sun rays into your heart. Treat yourself, yes, as you would a loved one, as you would a best friend, as you would a lover, as you would a parent or a child or anyone that you treat with love and compassion and respect. Treat yourself this way, and you will raise the bar on how others treat you as well. Okay, be the smile on someone else's face. Don't wait for someone to smile before you smile, and don't get offended when someone doesn't return your smile. Give smiles not in order to receive. Give them as little gifts from your heart to someone else's heart. And trust that if they don't smile back at you, that, you know, it might be a delayed response and they may give a smile to someone else later on. Okay, river magic. Yes, it is. Yes, it does. And yes, do it. I am obsessed with the river, the sound of the river, the smell of the river, the look of the river, the feel of the river. All of these sensations, it brings you in your present moment. This empowers you. This fuels you. This fills you up. This energizes you. This is what you do instead of trying to figure out all of the ways. The river doesn't care how it's getting down the mountain. It just knows it's going and it's ready to enjoy the ride. Okay. And trust that it's worth waiting for. You're waiting for divine sparks of inspiration. You're waiting for your heart to let you know that it is ready to move and to groove and to flow and to go. Okay, comfort food. Yes, make sure you are fueling and filling your vessel with the beautiful, beautiful foods that you can, right? You are what you eat. So, what are you? Okay, you may have too many distractions, and this is another reason why going into the river, going into the forest, grounding yourself, bringing yourself into the now, watching the glistening of the water droplets falling, the way the mist and the sunbeams and the clouds. Like, there are lots of things that we can distract ourselves that give us life. And there are lots of things that we can distract ourselves that suck our life. Know the difference. Now you've got your glove glasses on, you can tell. Okay. And trust that a wish is coming true for you, because it is, because you're magical, because you've reached heights that others are still en route to. Okay. Beautiful. And also, there's something about the rewards of peeling back the curtain, right? What did the wizard do once he was revealed? He gifted everybody everything that they wanted, right? So, yes, now that you can see through the dark, now that you have burst from the nightmare, it's just warmth and sunshine, just like the sun is shining right now. Okay, yes. Look at all the sunshine out there. Look at all the drippy, drippy water droplets glistening like tiny balls of gorgeousness. Okay. So here is the reading. I mean, look at this, right? Yes, beautiful. Beautiful, 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 yes. Okay, and I feel like, this is making me think of abandonment issues and that being a cycle that's been in the family, right? And that fear of abandonment and all of the overcompensations that we do because of fear. And this, now that you are given these glasses, you can now look back at the abandonment wound and see it differently. This is part of that integration time, this energy sourcing that you are doing, right? And the revisiting is to be able to see things from different perspectives and see them as they are and release. Okay, so wishing you all of those things. Love you, appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time. Enjoy the sunshine. Bye for now.